Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Equilibrium in collab with Civil Society. So it's crazy. Civil Society is obviously out of Florida. They're probably one of the better known hazy breweries. Probably the best known hazy brewery out of Florida. Yeah. And then this is from Equilibrium. So this is actually from Middleton, New York. This was, oh yeah, they actually have a canning date. Oh, okay. So really strange to have a canning date right here. I mean, like, it's the most obvious and it's better than bottom of the can, I guess, but bottom of the can is where most people look. So it's really weird that their canning line goes like this, batch 3. And this is Sweet Light. This is in reference to, obviously, Karate Kid and the new series and all that stuff. So didn't really care for the new series. That show looked weird as hell, but I think I saw like a little bit of the first season and they got really weird. There's like kids in high school and people fighting, like, I don't know. Ooh, okay. So I have it chilled pretty nicely, but it created a lot of head. So this can is literally 2 months to the date. I kept it in the fridge the whole time, bought it pretty fresh, just forgot about it because, like, obviously I had all this Portland beers to review. So we have it here. 2 months, ideally, pretty good. I think a lot of people would recommend maybe like the triple IPA is like taking a little bit of time. Anyway, you guys don't know about my opinions on hazy IPA. Ooh, that's not a good look. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. Those bubbles are huge and soapy looking. That's always a bad sign in my mind, at least from what I've noticed from hazy, oxidized hazy IPAs. Color is not perfect. I went on, I was actually, I mean, I guess I could have looked on the can. I didn't realize, but like I went on Untappd to find when it was canned, and I got to see a lot of pictures. Like when one of the better ways to find out when something's canned is like either go to the Instagram page. Obviously, you should be on the can. Then you can go on the Instagram page to find out where it's released, or also Untappd. People actually post like, "Hey, I just like got this new can," and like you can find out. So like, but the color was a little bit better than this. This was a little bit like slightly darker than it was familiar with. That head is ugly as all hell. So that's unfortunate. Should your beer hang out like last 2 months in the fridge? Then again, I bought it from in Florida. I don't know how it got shipped down here. So I'm gonna say, don't ship your beer down to Florida in the middle of summer. But appearance-wise, it looks terrible, and I have poor expectations. But let's see. Smells a little bit herbal, a little bit fruity, a little bit hoppy. But let's see. It's like not a great nose. Doesn't like really pop. And that appearance is meh. So let's see. I mean, then again, we've seen like murky brown ones. So this sucks. I paid good money for this, right? Okay. So even if it was fresh and vibrant and aromatic, that's all the polyphenols. Like, like you ask, like I asked myself, like, it's almost like a reflex, like of like you don't touch a hot stove, right? Like or you know what it is, like you put off your college essay to like the last minute because you just don't want to do it and you just dread it. And that's what I've gotten to with some of the hazy IPAs. And like I just put this in my mouth and like I want tasty beer. And like I guess maybe part of Portland like sort of like ruined me, but like it's literally grass water. Like that's like now I've gotten there point. Like now you're just feeding me like blended spinach or blended like lawn grass. Like at 10%. Like okay. So first off, there's a little bit of peachiness. I assume fresh was a little bit more flavor. It had to have hit some heat down here. Like somebody had to, like in storage, kept it in heat. You know, we're talking about like, dude, summer here down here sucks. Like temperatures at 92, 95, but it feels, I mean, whatever. The feels like shouldn't really ideally affect. No, you know what? The feels like is what, the feels like, I think, sorry, what temperatures recorded at is in shade. Because that's what, like how like weather companies like, or yeah, like you guys meteorologists or whatever people like geek out with temperatures like gauge at like what the air feels like within shade. But once you get hit in the sun, I think it actually is hotter. So like this like maybe dealt with like not actual listed temperature of 92, like dealt with like literally 95, 100 degrees of weather. Either way, that's terrible for the beer. 90, 100 doesn't matter. It's gonna be atrocious for the beer, even if you put it within like a couple days or a week. Anywhere between a week or less than that, or a couple days is so bad for the beer. And we can see that. It's like completely deteriorated head. That's absolutely disgusting. Like this beer looks like it's been sitting out in the heat for like months, you know, at least a month in the heat, right? And it don't really taste punchy of hops. I taste booze and like polyphenol. And so I just wasted like $6, $7 or something, like at least, or triple IPA, probably $7, $8. So, yeah, I mean, in general, I like the Equilibrium stuff, but like, again, I kept it in the fridge the whole time. I bought it from a retailer that I respect, but you can't trust his distributor, right? And that is literally boozy grass water. Very little hop flavor. Like, it's okay sometimes, like when you can like actually taste some of the hop flavor and like get away with like, all right, I enjoy this. This is a beer that I would share. And there's a lot of hop flavor. It's enjoyable, despite that like disgusting polyphenol thing. This one's not that chalky, but it's so much polyphenol. Like, oh. So one of the worst hop flavors I think is actually like the worst. This turned into like a Greg's beer review rant video. The worst thing about this hop flavor is that it's so prevalent, right? There's all flavors that are disgusting. I mean, like I've done sensory, and there's like really bad ones. But like even something like butyric can like sort of work sometimes, and like blah blah blah. But like this all flavor is so prevalent, and it's like, yeah. I mean, during sensory, there's so many off flavors that I've never tasted. Like I've never tasted like chlorophenol. Like they're just like all flavors that are like mercaptan. Like what am I taking mercaptan? Like there's so many, like hell, acetaldehyde. I've like barely ever tasted acetaldehyde. Diacetyl, rarely, right? Even the standard ones they teach you, DMS. When have I ever tasted? Well, then again, I'm not to DMS, so I can't say anything about DMS. But like yeah, like, and this is like every other hazy. It's absolutely disgusting. Rating. Oh, that's undrinkable. So anyway, I appreciate you guys on the channel. Thanks for watching this. The only reason why I could like shell out money randomly and just throw like, I mean, there's times where I've like shelled out like $20, $30, $40 and just like throwing it away because undrinkable beer that I have poured down the drain. I'm just gonna do that to this beer. But thank you guys for the channel. Thanks for watching. That's nasty. Let's go with a. Some people actually like this stuff, so it's actually crazy. 70. Yeah, super leg, undrinkable. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Let me know if you've had this fresh. Must be tasty. Later. Or actually, is it tasty? Like, did you get that polyphenol thing? Because it's absolutely gross in this beer. 70. Later.